your host for the next two runs. And we are starting with Haiku the Robot by SatanicNerd. So without further ado, good luck, Satanic.
Thank you. This is Haiku the Robot. It came out in April. I basically did a 12-hour challenge to get this run submitted to BSG, and I was successful, because here we are. It's a very cool Metroidvania. It came out recently. I think it's about $15 right now on Steam. Definitely get it. Maybe you'll be spoiled if you see this, I don't know. With Bye Bye You, I knew definitely you wouldn't remember a thing. But I'm ready to go. So let's just give not a countdown, because time will start during the cutscene. I will tell you when it happens. It happens when his face turns white. That's about where we can get started, because that's when we get movement. I will count it down for you. Here we are a robot. There's some world where there used to be humans 200 years ago, and then some sort of apocalypse happened. We are underground because up on the top there could be rain, and we're robots and we can't handle rain. It's very cool that we are robots, because stamina is a very cool implementation. Time will be coming up in now. Alright, so we gotta just get past this enemy, which isn't helping me. God, that's not... Alright, so I talked about death warps, that's the first one. We just go to the first checkpoint if we walk far enough. This is a... Let's see how this trick goes. If you land, then immediately jump twice. For some reason you can jump twice. And if you dash while getting hit by an enemy, you get a super dash, it seems like. Seems very... That's RNG. We just picked up our heal. We can actually use it to slide. It's quite a quick movement. Whoa, okay, take it easy, buddy. Alright, so... Haiku the Robot just came out with Mr. Morris. He's a very cool developer. If you have a problem, you can just send him your save file and he will have it patched in 1 hour. I think it was last week. He's currently on his honeymoon, so enjoy. Alright, so we're coming up on our first boss, Electromagnet. I'm gonna grab something to heal. You actually heal with your currency in this game, spare parts. Because we're a robot, it makes sense that we use spare parts to heal ourselves. And we actually, all the upgrades we get are upgrades to our robot. Wow, my jump got eaten there. That's interesting. This enemy is in my way. Alright, Electromagnet. First boss, he has a very limited moveset, so he's not too difficult. He smashed the ground and stuff falls from the ceiling. He's an electromagnet, which means that for our robot, if we get a magnet, this whole world is made of metal. So by getting the electromagnet upgrade, we can actually climb walls. That's our... I mean, if you know Hollow Knight is our claw ability, we can wall grab and wall jump. Alright, that's the first phase done. I was on 3 health, but no worries, hopefully. Let's not jinx this. Alright, moveset's going pretty well. Took a hit there, which... Alright, he's dead. I'm on 1 health, but that's alright. There's no hazards anymore. So that's the first boss done. We have a very limited moveset, and like a Metroidvania, we will get more moveset, get more abilities. This is an any percent, so we'll be skipping a few. Any percent means beating Virus. There are 4 big final bosses, kind of like Hollow Knight. There are first 3 Dreamers, and then the Hollow Knight. Here there are Proton, Neutron, and Electron, and then we're going to fight the Virus. This is a tight jump, and I got it first try. Let's go. Alright, that's very reassuring. Here I died because of a death warp. Like I said in the interview, if you were listening, there's a lot of death warps in this game. That's just how the route happens to work out. If anyone wants to reconsider the route, feel free. Here we re-enter the room, because every time you enter a room with a heal, you get back stamina. Stamina is the gauge on the top left. That's our heat. Just like a computer, we can get overheated. And that's basically how we use abilities. Every ability base costs 1/3 of your meter. And if you use an ability while in the red, you will overheat and have to wait for your robot to have cooldown to even use an ability. And it's implemented in the game in a very cool way, because there's a very hot area where without the upgrade you can't even use abilities. So I think that's a very cool implementation of the robot theme. Ah, this guy's gonna hit me. That's all right. We're heading towards a save point anyway. He's gonna hit me as well. I grabbed 44 spire parts so we can heal. So yeah, you saw there, you heard the sound, we were overheated and I couldn't use an ability. This is the main vault, kind of like the black egg in Hollow Knight. That's where we'll be fighting the final boss. And I'm overheated right now. Gonna go towards a save point here. Oh, I'm overheated, I can't dash, right. I will heal here once more. So, coming up will be the important skip. Here we can drop down. Hopefully we won't get hit, but the save point is soon. TM. The save point is right here to the left. I grabbed a chip on the way here. Don't know if you saw it, but that gives us a crit chance. You upgrade yourself by installing chips on your motherboard. Here I'm going to start stacking iframes to hopefully skip a boss. If we get hit by a laser, it doesn't work, so we really have to get hit by hazard. Here we go. Oh no, I'm dying. Alright, we died. So now let's go ahead and skip a boss. So if you can, I don't know if I'll show it up, you can walk through enemies. Here I did the landing and then using 2 jumps input to jump while above the floor. And that was a boss fight we skipped. There can be a bit of tight movement. Alright, didn't get hit there, that's cool. So this is just a bit more hazard, so if I don't look away and if the host wants to say something, go ahead.
Of course I can say something. I want to remind you all, if you donate 25 euros to BSG, you have a chance to win some amazing prizes. Actually, if I just look a little bit behind my hosting desk, I see them already. We have 3 plushies, which are the Pikmin plushie, the Rayman plushie, and the Pokemon plushie. And all those plushies were sponsored by over the Renabo. And we also have a beautiful Rayman painting, which was actually painted by Kim Foscher. So if you want to check them out on Twitter, you can get all kinds of updates of what they are doing. You want me to keep talking?
No, this is fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the Renabo, or as I said in the Bro Force run, the Rena Bro, has some cool prizes. Here we're in Pinion's Expanse, a bit more mechanical moving area. We're going to a clock tower here and we're actually going to fix it so that movement is back in the entire area, which means elevators will work again. You see some circles here spawning. This thing, if you break it, it will give you access to the map of this area. But the map is slow. Alright. Got that, that's cool. Now let's use the jump on landing, there we go. And this elevator now works. We're getting on top of it for swag points. Here we're doing a climb to get another ability. Cool. So yeah, when I land, I'll try to do 2 inputs, and if I do it correctly, you'll see 2 dust sprites on the floor from a double jump. Wow, that guy is stuck in his animation. That's very interesting. Things can happen in this game. It looks very cool. Yeah, I think it's a very cute game. I think the robot theme works very well with your health and with your ability, the overheating. The chips implementation instead of charms like Hollow Knight, or I don't remember what they were called in Ori, but I think it's a very cool way to implement the theme of a Metroidvania, getting upgrades, because you're now actually a robot upgrading yourself, which makes sense. We buy CPUs, upgrade our PCs. Oh, that's some weird movement. Alright, let's kill this guy to actually go heal. That cost me more health, but there's money here. Grabbing safety money to heal. I say money, but we really only use it to heal. That's also a very cool thing. I don't think I've seen in any game that you can heal with your money. I think it's very cool. You gotta really consider, can I survive this area without healing, or do I want to buy that other item? For casual playthrough, it's very interesting. Right now we're heading towards our next ability, which will be the Morph Ball. I mean, if I say Morph Ball, I think you all know what it will be. You can roll up and we'll even get a bomb, so we can do bomb jumps. And we can actually fit through tunnels and everything. Oh, that guy respawned. That's interesting. It's kind of random which enemy respawns and doesn't, because the enemy that was right here didn't respawn. And that other enemy did respawn, even though I killed neither of them. Let's see if I can... Sometimes you can make that jump to that pillar. It looks very cool because it's very fast. So this here is an elevator. The elevator is also a robot called Mundo. Almost all the characters in this game are named after types of poems. I'm Haiku, the robot. There's Sonnet. She wears a bonnet. Yeah, it's names like that that really make a game interesting to me. Just sticking to a theme and having interesting effects with them. Alright. There's a lot of them. Luna as well. There's Limerick. Yeah. This jump is weird. You want to wall jump, but you want to wait. And patience in a speedrun doesn't really fit the theme, but sometimes you need it. Here's the boss fight coming up. I'm on 3 HP, so I will heal. And this is an interesting boss fight. You can pogo him, but at least on the new patch, he has an ability that if you pogo him for too long, he will jump. He will jump upwards and immediately hit you. The developer, Mr. Morris, he's very cool for speedrunners, but he saw that even in casual playthroughs, the strat of just pogoing was too easy. So he implemented some things for that. But the current patch I'm playing on is 1.0265, which is actually called the Speedrunner Beta. I think it's very cool that the patch that we like the most, he called it Speedrunner Beta, which makes it very accessible for speedrunners to downpatch. For some games that can be hard. I'm just tanking a bit of damage because honestly... Oh, he disappeared. This is an enemy I don't usually see. He should be dead here. Alright. I was damage tanking. Thankfully it was worth it, but we're getting a heal anyway because we're getting a new ability. Which is the Morph Ball, which I talked about. To the bottom right you can see a small gap in the wall, which is where we can use the Morph Ball. You can get healed after getting an ability, but honestly, I don't like this area, so let's see if I can... If you jump in the entrance of a tunnel in a very particular way, you can actually stand in it. There we go. Which means... Whoa! I'm not hitting these things. I think that's a new one. Usually when you're standing in that tunnel, you can hit them. So let's do this again. Here we are. Alright, that's never happened before. I don't know why it does that, so let's just die on this one. Oh, I'm standing right now. You learn things about this game. So, Death Warp, there we go. Now we have the Morph Ball, which gives us pretty cool new interaction. On the climb in Pinya's Expanse, we grab 2 weird items, which I will use for currency. The Morph Ball has some weird movement, because if you hit a corner with the Morph Ball, you get some very random vertical speed, and so sometimes you'll see me try to hit corners with the Morph Ball. Here I picked up 200 of the game's currency, spare parts, to buy the fire resistant upgrade. And there's also the water resistant upgrade, but we won't be getting that. We will be traveling on the surface where it's perpetually raining, which will be very dangerous for us. But we can make it with enough heals or with a strat where we use the dash, which makes us invincible. Let me just... There's a skip here. But I can't get the interaction with these guys. Why am I not interacting with these guys? It's the same with the saws. Something is going on. I think I'll reload the save file, because I don't know, just like the sauce, I don't know why it didn't take hits. I don't know why I wasn't interacting there.
While you are going back, should I read out the donation?
Feel free. I also want to say that the thing is not working. So I cannot see when you have donations. So feel free to just interrupt me when you have one.
Sounds good, because we got a €5 donation from Res, saying, since the game is called Haiku the Robot, let's hear your favorite haikus. Here is mine. Haikus are easy, but sometimes they don't make sense. Refrigerator.
I really like that one. Alright, so because I reloaded the save, I don't have my 200 monies again, so let me just re-grab that. Wow, that really threw me off. We gotta refocus for that. So we're getting the fire sealant, and which allows us to not be on fire while in an area. It's not enough of an upgrade, so we can actually use abilities in the overheated area. For that you need another chip, which we won't be getting in the speedrun. I'm gonna kill this guy because he's in the wall. Oh, I don't get his money, that's too bad. I don't know why these guys can walk into the walls. Just some things about indie games where the programmer sometimes does weird things. There we go, that's the interaction I wanted. And here, sometimes you can talk to the water thing and you won't be stuck in this rolling animation. But yeah, here we got the fire sealant. That those guys are in a strange position. Anyway, I haven't done that in a while. Let me just... grab some money to heal. Because I took a lot of damage. Alright, so we heal with 9 spare parts. I now have enough for a full heal. What we're going to do is we're going to get two more abilities. We're going to get the bomb and the blink. Blink is very cool because it's basically like our dash we currently have, but we can use it while not grounded. And we can do it to go through walls, which we're going to do here. We're picking it up. Here we're going through some tunnels. It's kind of like a maze the first time you get here, but here we're getting another ability, which is the light bulb. We need this to hit a lever. There's a lever hidden in the darkness, kind of like your lantern, Lumafly lantern in Hollow Knight. I'm already taking some damage because I need the death warp out of here. Here we get the bulblet, and we're dying. See, every time you die, you lose half of your spare parts, ish. Here we're going into the fire area finally. We're doing all this to just grab abilities, and then we're fighting boss fights. This movement is a bit tight, at least in practice you fall off it a lot. Wow, everything is in a weird spot, but we made it through. Alright, cool. So yeah, because it's so hot, you can see my meter is just maxed out, and I'm not cooling down, which means I cannot use my dash, which is what gives me iframes. Thankfully, turning into a ball does not cost iframes. Here we got the gyro accelerator, which gives us extra movement, and this guy is annoying. Let me heal here. I'll try to kill this enemy and heal as well, because for safety. We're at a marathon after all. Oh, that's not safety. Yeah, this game, because we're in any percent, the route really doesn't get upgrades for health or anything. This is an oven. I don't know what it inspired, but I think it's very funny that everything here is an automaton. It's a robot or a machine that's killing you. That one wasn't really inspired by Hollow Knight, but the electric one, which had an AoE attack, really was inspired by, or aspired. I really recognize it as one of the Hollow Knight Greenpath moss creatures, which just kind of blow up around them. This is the one place we grab that bulblet for to be able to hit this lever. Alright, so this area has a lot of us snaking through it. Alright, let's go. This first area went perfectly. Now the second one I find a bit harder. I unroll there to make sure I'm grounded, because while you're bouncing on a ball, you're in the air, so you cannot use your dash. Oh, these scissor flying creatures are absolute bane to my existence. Oh god. Alright, jump through it. There we go. They just follow you, and there are 5 in this area, so if you're too slow, you can get overwhelmed. So right now I'm on my way to grab the blink ability, which is a very cool ability. It gives us iframes like the dash, but like I said, you can use it while in the air, but you can also use it to go through walls. So here you already see a wall below. The top wall will also close. And it's also a full heal, which is great. But we need the death warp anyway. Every time you get an ability, you full heal, but we usually death warp out of a full heal. That's the one thing that's not that efficient. Here, I dash through it. One cool thing with dash and heal is you can heal slide even more efficiently. I think that's the fastest and most efficient way to move, because you keep your dash speed while not even using stamina, and you're regenerating stamina while doing that. All right, so I have iframes, right? Here we jump, blink through the wall. Casually, you won't know that, but usually when you go through the right, the door opens because of the power of the bomb you just grabbed. So now the wall will be broken, because that's how the game fixes itself. Oh, you're in the right. You should have gone. The wall should be open now. It's kind of like Samus's bomb jumps. We will be doing some, but it uses a lot of heat. Heat is our stamina. Here's a boss fight. I'm on 3 health. Hopefully it will be okay, but it's not too far, so if I die, it should be alright. I don't know my timer because the thing broke. How far are we?
We are like 21 minutes in.
Okay. He is going to down smash, and what I'm trying to look at is he's dropping the hazards from the ceiling. We want to death warp out of this fight because every big boss, this is, I think, Electron, has a very big cutscene after you kill them, or you beat them, I should say, because they don't die. This is phase 1. They always do this black thing after phase 1. But to die in this area, you need to use the hazards. So so that damage was intentional. Let's not take any more unintentional damage. But I want to use the hazards to die. But a hazard despawns when you jump into it. So there we go, 1 hit, perfect. That's the boss fight done. Now when the black goo starts coming out of him, I will jump into the hazard and hopefully not miss it. There we go. Alright, so that skip was successful. And I'm stuck in an animation, so let's reload the save file. There we are. So that's the first boss done. Now we're going to do 2 more bosses. We have all the abilities we want. So now let's head back up. I tried to do some vertical movement there. So that skip we just did, we didn't really skip his dialogue, but we death warped while also still killing him. Wow, I took a hit from this guy. And now we're going to place our save closer to the final boss, because we want to death warp towards the final boss. After killing Proton and Neutron, we just killed Electron. That's the final one missing. So I'm right now doing a climb back, and then we're heading into the new area. Ah, these guys are in annoying spots. Let's see how this goes. With your blink, you have iframes, and you can blink through enemies, so we're already nearing the spot with the heal. I will, however, get this guy over here. Alright. Made it through. And we killed the guy. That was the guy we just killed, and he's going to help us unseal the vault. Here I will equip the gyro accelerator, which makes you move faster while in ball form. This is another cool blink slide. Now we're going to do a big climb towards kind of towards the surface. We won't be on the surface for long. There's only a small bit of surface. All right, I missed the timing on that. That's fine. Here is a trick that's annoying, so I'll be focusing. I'm also going to do it slowly. If the host has anything to say, feel free.
Of course I have something to say. I always have something to say. Because we are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize bi-monthly gatherings in the Benelux for speedrunners. We're currently streaming our annual event live from Hotel Asteria in Venray, the Netherlands. We are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go to Mind. And we actually had somebody from Mind earlier today for an interview, and if you want to look that back, like in 2 weeks or so, that interview will be uploaded to our own YouTube channel. So if you missed the interview but you still want to see it, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/BSG Marathon. And if you subscribe, you will that interview with Mind will show up in your timeline.
All right, so I did a bomb jump there, which I think is very annoying. For me, it's not RNG, but I don't get it consistently. There we blinked through a wall, which you shouldn't be able to blink through, because on the other side you could see there was a lever, which you're normally supposed to hit. Here I entered this room to reset the heat we have. And this is a spot where you usually need the grapple hook to get through. And here we're going to make a 3-pointer. All right. For some reason, we just do that in the speedrun. I think because it's fun. That's the best explanation we have. We made a goal. That's actually an achievement as well, making a goal on the basketball thing. Next fight, I always forget his name. It's either Proton or Neutron. No, Neutron could have been the first one. I mix up the 3 names of these guys. This fight is a bit annoying. He has an attack where he just goes around uncontrollably, which I don't like. I probably shouldn't have taken that hit, but we'll take it safe. All right, this attack. I despise this attack. All right, we didn't get hit by that attack. That's cool. He'll start laughing and then he makes another dash for it. He used the... Sometimes he just throws bombs before he does things, and that was one of them. And those bombs will follow you, so you really have to keep moving. Here we should be going into the next phase. I will be healing. I can only get 1 heal off before he really starts attacking again. Usually, but I got 2 heals off, so it was worth. And now he's faster. You also see he went into this attack faster. You don't even call it an attack. I think his attack is kind of like why people really are annoyed by Zod in Hollow Knight. This beam actually doesn't hit you, so we can just pogo the boss, hopefully do a lot of criticals, and just kill him. Yeah, we killed him. All right. That's 2 big fights down. 1 more, let's call them gatekeepers to go. Here we cannot death warp out of it, but we'll be doing hopefully a surface hell run without getting hit. The hell run is what we call walking in the water as a robot. All right. Here the hell run will be coming up. I will be focusing for that because it's a bit timing based. What we're going to do is water hits you because we're a robot without water sealant, but when it hits you, it is actually determined. It's periodically with the same period. So technically we can dash through each hit to avoid them. Then we do the double jump. Oh, right. You can't do that there. We have to do this climb. I will be going into the room here to the right just to reset the enemies, make life easier. Double jump. There we go. I call it a double jump. It's not really a double jump. That trick is kind of precise, landing on it. It's a small platform and you're doing a blink, but I got it, so we're good. I'm grabbing a lot of money just to be safe and have a heal. Because the hell run I mean, I think the name explains it. We call it that. So I will be focusing here if you want anything to say. All right, so I didn't get hit yet. So that's the first half done. But basically, I could already go through it, but I'm very happy with not getting hit in the very first half. That's I think the hardest part. I'm waiting a bit for my abilities to return. All right. Here, heel sliding, because I want to get the health back, and it's fast movement without having to use your stamina. And we're out of Hell Run. That went pretty well. Now we're going to get into the heat zone. I've been using my dash a lot to get around. Because we're getting in the hot area, we're permanently overheated, so we can't use the dash. And for the boss fight, I don't remember what that guy's called, but he's important for lore. But for the boss fight, that also means that we cannot use our dash for iframes. So hopefully I won't get hit too much, and he uses the abilities. There are some attacks of his I can't dodge. Hopefully he doesn't use those. If he does, that means I will be taking a hit probably. I can kind of jump around it, but that's slow, and we're doing a speedrun. So I will take that hit then, and hopefully not die here. Because so far it's been a pretty good run. Did the bosses, did the skips, which I'm really happy to show off. I got the hell run, I also got the boss fight skip with the iframes. Those lavas are annoying, they just, if you touch them, you're just hit, and you can't always go when you think you can. And here's the boss fight coming up. So, if you want anything to say, this boss fight's kind of a bit like the rest. Jump around his attacks and hit him. And hope for crits.
I have, as I mentioned before, I always have something to say. We want to thank ESA for supporting the event and for allowing us to stream on their channel. And did you actually know that we are actually not the only event that ESA is hosting? Like, we also have our brothers in the United Kingdom who are gonna host UKSG Autumn 2022 in Glasgow. That runs the 3rd and the 4th of September 2022. They'll be raising money for Crisis.
So that attack right there is the one you can't dodge. It's where he makes a wave of blobs everywhere. I mean, I can dodge it by standing on his wall here, but then you have to maneuver around him, which is very hard, but I'm on 1 health, so let's actually do it this time. There we go. I walked into him. So this happened in practice, so I know how to get back, but it's annoying. What's my time on?
You are at 32 minutes.
All right. That should be doable. I will be climbing up here. We'll be going around. Because it's very time-consuming falling here. It's also very time-consuming to go back through the area we already went through. So we're going around, which is cool. I can show you more of this game. My estimates also, like I said, I donated. I submitted this game when it came out, which also means that I did a 12-hour challenge for this game because I had little time. So my estimate is very lenient towards a death like this. I think this is the route. Yes, we can use Mundo. He's also a robot. You can talk to him to traverse back. So we're almost back to the heat area. Nope, too early. There we go. Go up again. All right, so because I hit the lever at top, you saw me hit a lever with the weird ghost floaty guy. That was to unlock this guy for safety. I mean, it doesn't cost much, and it allows us to have some safety in a marathon run. There we go, double jump. And now we're pretty much already back where we were in the heat area. So I'm going through this again. I'll say it again, host. I know you have something to say. Feel free to go.
If you want to stay up to date with our events, you could follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind the scenes get a behind the scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events and more. And I have to say, I've seen so many pictures already from behind the scenes and it looks just amazing. Maybe if you look at those pictures, you want to come over next year to actually be here at BSG, which is, well, maybe you can describe how your BSG has been so far, Satanic.
I've had a very fun BSG. Like I said in the interview, I went swimming just now before my run. Maybe I'm too relaxed because of that, and I'm making some weird mistakes because I'm too relaxed. But hey, you gotta enjoy yourself on these runs. I have a cool roommate. We're having parties. Not too much beer, of course. Gotta stay healthy. Oh, I can't use my dash. Gosh. I'm gonna focus now, but my experience has been very cool. We've been doing board games. Oh man, that was just bad for me jumping there. All right, I can hopefully heal twice here. Yes, awesome. So you can just hit him while standing still, which is, I don't know why the developers did that. I'm doing it on controller, but if you're on keyboard, just hitting him here is very easy. But if you're on analog, you have to pay attention to what side you're moving. Here I got hit, but I think he's... Oh, I didn't mean to get hit twice. Let's just heal then. I don't have heal. All right. Let's do this then. We got a crit there. The very first chip I installed was a crit, but he's dead now. All right, so... I did some bad jumps, but thankfully he was nice. He didn't use the ability this time, which he has to kill us. Here we death warp out again. I think I was late. With what I mean with late is I got back into the victory pose, which means I have to reload safe. But this means it's final boss time. Here doing some epic heal slides, kind of like Hollow Knight, where you do the C dash through the transition. You're stuck in the animation. Final boss time. This guy has moveset which are, I mean, not this form, but in his final form, he has a moveset which is very reminiscent to Soul Tyrant, or Soul Master. Starting off with a hit. I dislike this ability the least he uses. And he's used it 4 times in a row, that's awesome. Just marathon RNG thing, right? Alright, he is break crumbling, which means we can keep hitting him through the phases. I don't know why that's... Some bosses you can, some bosses you can't. The developer added it for this boss, I don't know why. Here we go. That should be the final phase. I'm just keep mashing him and hoping for crits. This is the phase which looks like Soul Tyrant. If you know it, Soul Tyrant, you recognize. And that's time. Sorry. So, spoiler, I recorded never, other than my submission run, so this is a PB. And I'm submitting this to leaderboards. All right. This is Haiku the Robot, another indie game I play. Very cool. We killed the virus. Here you see our sword had 4... It's kind of a chip, a sharp chip, and it had 4 of these things. This is kind of a nod towards the true ending, which I'm not doing, because I'm doing any percent. Mr. Moore is a very cool dev. You can just talk to him, and he does 1 patch every day almost, because he just talks to the community. He's made a speedrunner version. He's also working on a randomizer. Very much credits to him. And one final thing I want to do, and I think the Hollow Knight community would appreciate this, as Shai was very active in the Hollow Knight community and also in the start of Haiku the Robot. And I want to give shout-outs to him because Shai passed, no longer with us. Thanks for everything you did, Shai. You were much appreciated and you will be missed. And that's it for me.
Yeah, Satanic, that was a really interesting run, and actually the name of the game actually inspired me to make a haiku myself. So here we go. Thank you for the run. We'll set up Pokemon. Now, don't move, and stay tuned.